Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're rebuilding the Bengals. Let's get into it. We need anything across the offensive line. We don't really need wide receiver right now. AJ Green might be traded in the near future. Joe Mixon we're gonna keep because I think he can develop pretty well since he has star development as an 88 overall. And he's fairly young. Andy Dalton is not our franchise quarterback. We're going to get a new one. Tyler Eifert is good in this game, but is 28, so he might start to regress, but we'll keep him for this year. On the defensive side of the ball, we're pretty set at safety. Jesse Bates is going to be amazing. We're definitely want to keep him around. Across the defensive line, it's definitely the strong part of this defense. Carl Lawson, Geno Atkins, Carlos Dunlap. I think we're going to trade Carlos Dunlap because he's 30. Geno Atkins is also 30, but he's superstar X Factor, so that doesn't matter. Dre Kirkpatrick, I don't really want him around. William Jackson is very good. We're going to keep him around. And how old is Sean Williams? 28, so we can keep him around for this year. What a nice game. Dre Kirkpatrick, Corey Glenn, a 5th round pick, gets us the Vikings 1st round pick and Linville Joseph. Alright, and this is the only other trade I think we're going to make. Carlos Dunlap for Rashawn Gary from the Packers. We are at the midseason mark, and we are 3-5, which is a bit interesting. The players, we have to bring back AJ Green. AJ Green, Tyler Eifert won bigger salary, and Denquise Denard is re-signed. I don't really want any of these other guys back. I'll make the playoffs as expected. We finished 5-11. We are in Super Bowl week as the Giants play the Ravens in the Super Bowl. AJ Green and Tyler Eifert are both back. I gave them more years than I would have liked, but if they're going to resign, they're going to resign. Free agency. I think we should probably go after Kendall Fuller because Denquise Denard shouldn't be around for much. Well, I just signed him to a contract, so he might be around for a little longer. We don't need a tight end. Miles Jack, we're definitely going to go after. Might go after Yannick Ngakoue, too. It's the time has come to trade Andy Dalton. He's too much money to keep around. Easy, there we go. Andy Dalton, Jermaine Pratt gets us the 2nd overall pick from the Broncos. We ended up getting Miles Jack, and we're going to go see if Kendall Fuller is still thinking about signing with. We did not end up getting Kendall Fuller. We're going to go to the draft. And we are in the draft. We pick at number 1, 2, and 4. With the first pick, we are probably going to take Joe Burrow. There we go. The second pick, it's going to be Chase Young. And who are the Panthers going to take? Jeff Okudah. So that makes our decision easy. Isaiah Simmons. This is the team for the 2nd season. I forgot to trade CJ Uzoma, but we had a very good draft, but mainly because we had 3 picks inside the top 5. We are an 80 overall right now. I think we might... No, we're not going to make any changes on defense. We don't even have any normal development players starting on defense. We are 3-4 at the midseason mark. We are 3rd in the AFC North. The Browns are 7-1. We don't really have a chance of winning the division. Players we have to bring back are Joe Mixon, William Jackson, Carl Lawson. I don't think I'm going to bring back Sean Williams because he's going to be 30. And with only star development as a 79 overall, that's not very good.
So we'll get those guys re-signed. Carl Lawson are back, but William Jackson wants more money. I can deal with it. We did not make a playoffs as expected. We went 8-8, which is not ideal because we don't have a high draft pick, and we did not make a playoff. William Jackson does not want to sign, so we are going to franchise tag him, which is pretty expensive, but we need William Jackson to repeat our success. This is the team heading into free agency. We need guard and right tackle and offense and defense. We don't really need anything because, well, we need a second cornerback. That's about it. Free agency, there's Trent Williams, which is interesting because we could move him to right tackle. I think we're going to opt to do that. And I think the only other player that I would want is Shaquille Griffin. So I made a trade with the Eagles, Denquise Denard, Linville Joseph. They're both progressing, and a second-round pick for Fletcher Cox, who is old, but I still wanted him. And he's a big upgrade over Linville Joseph. And Denquise Denard had a cap hit. We did this trade because I was trying to get rid of their cap hits, but I ended up getting more cap than I would have liked, but we still got a really great player. Only going after Shaquille Griffin, and we didn't get him. So that leaves a big hole at cornerback after Denquise Denard left. I think we might go after Sidney Jones just to fill that role. We did overpay for Sidney Jones IV, but we did end up getting. Here we are in the draft. We don't pick till number 14 overall, and we're going to see if we might try to make a move. I just simmed to our number 14 overall, and we're going to take Junior Silver, who looks very, very good. He might be the best player in the class. He's a 78 overall, the number 2 player in the class, but just with normal development. The team for the third season, we are an 83 overall. Our offense is, I think, holding us back, but it's only because we're not as developed. But our defense is amazing. Our pass rush is so good. Now, let's move Ashton Davis just because he has a star. At the mid-season mark, we are 6-1. We are actually winning, but the Browns are also 6-1. Jesse Bates looks like we have to bring him back. And William Jackson. And not really anybody else that I want. Jesse Bates and William Jackson are both re-signed. Made the playoffs with a 10-5-1 record, but no first-round bye. Let's see if we can beat the Raiders. We ended up losing 17-14. We're going to sim the Super Bowl. We can see if we got any development. We have a superstar left guard that the CPU drafted and a star right tackle. But defense, Chase Young looks like he's hurt, and Carl Lawson. Miles Jacket looks like it has. In free agency, I only want Mitchell Schwartz and Try Turner. So those are going to be the only players. Yeah, Try Turner and Mitchell Schwartz. So we're going to send to the draft and see what we need. We don't need any major problem. AJ Green just retired, and now we need a receiver. Yeah, there are no wide receivers, so we're going to have to make a trade. So I just realized another thing when I was going in and checking the team. Geno Atkins also retired, so now we need another defensive tackle, too. The trade we made was a first-round pick and a right tackle who was buried for Mike Williams from the Chargers, who are now called the Red Dragons. We're in the second round, and the best defensive lineman is this guy. He's a 68 overall. Nice, I guess. The team for what might be the final season. We're an 87 overall on both sides of the ball. And the only thing we really maybe need is defensive tackle. The defensive tackle we're getting is Grady Jarrett for 2 first-round picks. We had to do it to get a defensive tackle. We're in a win-now scenario. Mark, we are 6-1 again. Let's go. And we are at the top of our division. Nice. Looks like we have to bring back... Oh, I think we have to bring back everybody. Oh, no. Well, I'll get them brought. Not decide to bring back anybody, but we got a first-round bye. We finished 13-3. Let's get it. The 9-7 Titans in the divisional. We're just gonna send to the next one. And we ended up destroying the Titans. And now we have the 9-7 Patriots. We're gonna jump in. We are doing pretty good against the Patriots. There are 15 seconds left, and we are winning 35-10. Looks like we're headed to the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl, we're playing against the 11-5 Panthers. See if there were any development increases. Joe Burrow as superstar X Factor. No others on offense. And on defense, doesn't look. Ashton Davis has superstar. Past halftime, it's tied 14-14. Here we are in the fourth quarter. We're down 14-21, and the Panthers are in the red zone. Panthers just scored, and now we have a problem. The first task is complete. We scored one touchdown, but there's only 47 seconds. We just lost the Super Bowl. We might do another season. Yeah, we're going to do another season. Doing another season, we have to bring back Fletcher Cox, Grady Jarrett, Mitchell Schwartz. I don't think we're going to bring back William Jackson. We might find a replacement for him. And then the other 3 over here. Billy Price, Jonah Williams, Rashawn Gary, Fletcher Cox are back. But Grady Jarrett and Mitchell Schwartz, I'm going to franchise tag Grady Jarrett and bring back Mitchell Schwartz in free agency. Free agency, we went after Anthony Brown, Irv Smith, and Mitchell Schwartz. We got Irv Smith and Mitchell Schwartz, but we did not get Anthony Brown. Fine, we're going to get a cornerback in the draft. Here we are in the draft. We don't pick till the end of the second round. And we're going to see if there are any cornerbacks who are worth trading up for. Ron Cotton looks like the man we're going to trade up for. So we're going to give him up a ransom of draft picks since this will be the final season for him. What we made to move up was a defensive tackle who was buried in the depth chart, and a second-round pick this year and a second-round pick next year for the number 7 overall. We are at the 7th pick, and we're going to take Ron Cotton. He's a 79 overall. The best player in the class was star or better development. What a draft. The team for the final season. We are an 87 overall. At the mid-season mark, we're 3-4. Why are we losing? We don't have a bad team. I mean, they're pretty close losses. We're going to send no playoffs. Probably not going to make it. We did not make the playoffs. Went 7-9. What a way to end the video. You're an 87 overall. Madden.